Thanks for taking the time. Last time I saw you was at your introductory press conference. A few things have happened since then. You have the draft, you have free agency, here we are at Summer League. How have the last couple of months been for you?
Really busy and really exciting. We've got a almost completely different team now than when I took over the job. But I love the way it's all come together. We made a lot of progress in terms of putting together a coaching staff. I've really enjoyed the process with Rob Pelinka and Kurt Rambis and the whole front office in terms of putting it all together. And I'm excited what we can be.
Since you mentioned it, your coaching staff, what does that look like right now as it stands today?
Well, it's still early. We have Jason Kidd and Lionel Hollins on the front of the bench, and we're still talking to some people. We're close to making some final decisions on that. Miles Simon is going to be retained behind the bench. He's done a great job. He's coaching the Summer League here right now and doing a great job with all these young guys, and looking forward to seeing the rest of it come together.
You mentioned the roster. Some players even call it the craziest of free agencies, which it has been. You guys were put into motion pretty quickly and responded with what, Coach, if you look at it on paper, is a monster roster. What were some of the priorities that went into that, and what excites you most about what you got so far?
Yeah, it was an interesting time. I credit Rob Pelinka and our whole front office team for approaching it the right way. I think our approach in terms of going after who we went after was the right one. You wait for a player like that, if you have a chance to get him. We had a plan B, which is, to me, equally as exciting. And it all came together very quickly. It was a very busy and diligent day. The day after, just making sure that the rest of the guys that we added, once the decision was made, were comfortable with their roles. But it's something that, again, I'm really excited about. The depth that we created. We added a lot of really, really strong pieces. We're going to be a strong three-point shooting team. We're going to be a strong defensive team. We're going to have versatility in our lineups, and it's really going to be an exciting era in Laker basketball.
Now, the news was released a while ago when it comes to Anthony Davis, but it did just become official the other day. Coach, when it comes to him as a player, what is it about him, his potential now, what he has to look forward to, and the difference he'll make in a Laker uniform?
Yeah, I mean, I think you stop using the word potential with Anthony, and at least in terms of you can use it in terms of what he's going to be with us, what our potential is going to be with him in a Lakers uniform. Just has probably the best versatility in the entire NBA in terms of being one of the best offensive players and one of the best defensive players in the league. So, those are the types of players that win for you, two-way players, an elite offensive skill set with a guy that plays the right way. A lot of superstars will, be out for numbers, but both he and LeBron, are guys that are capable of putting huge scoring numbers up, but are going to make the right play time and time again, and that leads into the team concept. And you want all your guys being effective on the defensive end, where Anthony is one of the best in the league. So he's going to impact both ends of the floor and really impact the win column for us.
How many times have you played out in your mind a LeBron James and Anthony Davis pick and roll situation?
Many times, and not just pick and rolls, but a ton of different situations. There's so much that you can do with those guys, and we're eager to see it come to fruition.
Just a couple more for you. I know you pride yourself on togetherness and pulling in the right direction. There's a lot of guys on the roster that are familiar with one another, but it ultimately becomes your responsibility to put it together. What's the key to finding that success?
You have to work towards it every day. You have to talk about it. To me, your chemistry is something that doesn't happen. It's something you work towards and that you achieve. And that will take place very early on in the summer. With workouts at our arena. We'll have some voluntary camps or get-togethers, where guys can work together on the court, but also go out and have dinners together, get to know each other off the court, and all throughout the season, that'll be our top priority of the day. Is let's come together a little more than we were the day before, and we all know the strength that you can have if everybody's pulling in the right direction. So that'll get achieved for us this year.
One final point, I don't expect you to have your starting lineup for opening night here in July. And I don't expect you to reveal any X's and O's or game plans, but is there a potential, per reports, LeBron James is going to be starting at point guard?
Yeah, I saw that report as sort of out of nowhere. first of all, nothing has been decided in terms of starting lineups at all. It's entirely way too early for that. LeBron James is going to be a primary ball handler, as has been the case his entire career. You know, that's how to put him in the best position to succeed and to use his talents. But there's no imminent plans to start him at point guard at the beginning of the season.
Again, it is July 10th. Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.